Alright, episode 2 of the solo queue series. Getting right into it, I just loaded a match. I played one before. It was honestly just like a nothing match. Nothing really happened. My team kind of just obliterated the other team. Quickly, I put that jammer there because it wastes a lot of time for the attackers. Like, they shoot it later, but it makes it so hard for them to drone CC. So that's why I placed that there. I actually learned that from a friend of mine pretty recently, actually. Other than that, we're just going to set up site. So some key points, I asked you guys what you want me to cover in the next video. I was told that what angles to hold, how I hold angles, how I approach holding angles, all that kind of stuff. And then also operator synergies, how to pick your operators, because I talked about being flexible and why that's important. So I guess for this round, like, I'm picking mute because this is just a really good mute site. Like, you can get all these jammers from like around walls that like oh, 1 second. Hey, just a lot of jammer placements on this site. I like to play close on this door with a shotgun because usually it's just like a free kill. But I don't want to be too aggressive because I don't want to throw my life away because we already have lost man advantage. Ooh, okay. Well, that's just unfortunate. I kind of just peeked badly there. What can you do? Sometimes you just lose those engagements. So yeah, that's what I was going to talk about this video. Operator synergies, what angles to hold, being flexible and what operators to pick in like certain scenarios, and then thought process while roaming are some key points. What the hell? That was a messy fight. This guy has a good position and he has a diffuser though. He should win this. Yep, he won it.
Mission successful.
Well, not the best first round, but like I said, this is a raw look on solo queue, so some games are just going to be like that. Some games I'm going to play good, some I'm going to play bad. Sometimes I'll die early, sometimes I'll die not at all. But that's round 1 for you. Ace for ace. Oh, what the hell? 2 4Ks. I guess we're banning Dokkaebi. I don't know if they had a Dokkaebi last round, but fine with that. Alright, so like I said, this is my mute map. My mute and my smoke map. The reason why I play mute and smoke a lot on this map is honestly just because they have a really good kit for it. Like, they both have shotguns and SMG, so you have that range and you have the close range potential. A lot of close range angles on this map. I mean, like, you go from, you know, armory to metal to the hallway, like a lot of close range engagements. But even then, when you're like, you know, deep into the hallways, you still have the SMG for long range. So I really like playing mute and smoke on this map. But especially mute because I feel like his utility is just really good on this map. So I'm gonna make footholes on this wall, or I'm gonna miss them horribly, because I want to reinforce the tension as well. And I find footholes are just about as effective as a reinforcement here because it prevents them from jumping in that window. I don't see a lot of people setting it up like this, but it's just personally what I like to do. Yeah, place a jammer here just to make it hard for them to drone. Really, you just want to place your jammers on spots that you know that they're going to be droning like early on into the match. And it just wastes a lot of time early on. We're not going to get detention wall. Okay. Maybe we can kill someone who goes to breach it. Thought I heard someone do this. That guy up. Alright, this guy's going to rotate around here because he has no other options. Now we just play on audio. Really hope that drone did not see me though. Wait, this actually might be perfect for me. That or I get pre-fired. Dude, you can't quite see me. Oh my god, it worked. That guy's like shotgun holes actually worked perfectly for me. Alright, well that round was kind of just situational. I thought of a play on the spot and I went for it. Not really a whole lot to talk about with that, but Sometimes you just gotta trust your gut. And this is the thing, like a lot of people second guess themselves when it comes to like playmaking, and I don't want the series to be too much about playmaking, right? Because obviously I can just, you know, run it down every round and you know, just shoot at people, and you know, that's cool, whatever, but I do that in all my videos, right? So I really want to show you guys the process, but like I said, I can still make a point to say that like sometimes, even if you're playing coordinated, even if you have like an intention for that round, sometimes a play is going to present itself. And they target banned my mute, but it's okay because we still got smoke. But sometimes a play is just going to present itself to you, and if that happens, sometimes you just got to go with your gut, because yeah, sometimes it's not going to work, sometimes you're going to die, but what are you going to do? Never go for a play? Like, it's just like, you know, you're playing a video game, right? You want to have fun, you want to make plays, you want to do cool stuff. For ranking up, you know, you might be trolling sometimes, but even then, sometimes you're going to just make a really good play and it's going to win you around. So, you know, trust your gut, and that's how you're going to become a better player, because you're going to learn what works and you're going to learn what doesn't work. So for me, like, I've been playing the game long enough to where I generally know what works and what doesn't work. Now, never going to be 100% sure on that. You know, sometimes you're still going to mess up. I mess up all the time, but you know, sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there and make those like wacky plays. And we've killed 3 drones. Droning is definitely not this team's strong suit. Also, wow, the game has put us in like a really low elo lobby. I'm on like a diamond account right now. Like the hidden MMR is like diamond elo, so I usually play like the emerald to high diamond range with the occasional champ, but this lobby seems like it's pretty. Alright, so I usually just like to play main door here because I have a shotgun and I can just hold it off. Like I said, I'm not going to go for a play, so I'm not going to peek it like a crackhead like I usually would. Alright, they drone us, then we reposition. And I like playing close on this window with a shotgun, but you got to worry about somebody going on the bus up here. He boosted, so I wonder if I can... Oh, that's so unfortunate. I want to get him with the boosted smoke damage. Kind of playing aggressively on this, but I create pressure, so...
One op 4 remaining.
Oh, they're all dead already.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission
Easy round.
successful.
Not a whole lot to talk about there. My team's just better. Looks like it's going to be a quick 4-0 game. That's that rank 2.0 matchmaking right there. But yeah, like I like playing aggressively in vents, because especially with the smoke shotgun, because like I said, it's all close range angles. Like I can play close on that window, and really if you have, you know, decent aim, there's no one who's going to be able to contest you on that. So I don't know why we're banning Wamai, I'm not going to lie. I don't really see Wamai played that much, especially on this site, but I guess we'll go with it. So I'm gonna probably play Gridlock here. This is a really good Gridlock map in my opinion, and the reason for that is, again, it's just like those tight spaces. You know, I put a Gridlock down and it just disables half of sight like immediately. So no matter where we push, if we go for an east push, if we go for a west push, and I didn't pick my spawn because I just want to spawn with my teammates here, because I just want to, you know, I want to assist in whatever they're gonna do. And if you don't pick your spawn, it puts you where the majority of your teammates spawn. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to, whenever we go for an execute, I'm going to spam gridlocks all over site, and the enemy team is so like occupied with destroying them that they're not going to know what to do. So I think I may have, yeah, I got my drone destroyed. Unfortunate. Okay, looks like we're going for an east push. That's fine. Actually, this is like perfect place for gridlock, and they don't have head holes on the wall currently, which is actually pretty good for us. Cardio is going to be a bit of a problem, but if we deal with them early, it should be fine. So I usually like getting on the balcony here because it helps with me playing gridlock. Quick tip as well: you can rappel on the side here. You don't have to go up the ladder where you're defenseless. I'm gonna see if I can nade these Goyos before we go for a push. I cannot. They're gonna hit it. Hopefully our Monty sticks, because at this point he definitely can.
Online and
Yeah,
active.
he dies to... No, he died to a teammate. Alright, so here, honestly, I like proning under the window because it protects me from runouts, and it makes it really hard for them to kill me. Like, they have to jump out to kill me. So right here, I really don't have to do anything except hold. And maybe push up if my teammates are getting pressured. But I'm going to play super passively because the kills don't matter here. It's all about protecting the plant. And now I'm going to peek, because there's no time anyway. And that's how you win a free round.
Mission successful.
Good on the Monty for sticking, even if it meant dying there. You definitely want to understand how much damage the fire is going to do to you, and know when you can stick the plant out in it, especially for that push there. But, you know, good job on my team. Like I said, we didn't even do anything crazy that game, and we're at the top of the leaderboard with minimal deaths. So you don't always have to be, you know, the star player of every round. Sometimes all you gotta do is just help your team. On to the next. Alright, next game. So we are on Nighthaven. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch to Legion because I got a comment. I think I talked about this last game, but I got a comment saying that I need to, or that you guys want me to explain like the thought process of how I roam, you know, what I'm looking for, how I'm, you know, making my decisions. So I think I'm gonna do that. So to start off, big misconception when it comes to roaming. A lot of people seem to think that you need to frag out, you know, get 3 kills, make a play, whatever. But honestly, roaming isn't that complicated. All you really want to do is waste time, waste utilities, drones, all that. You know, you want to shoot drones. You want to waste their time pretty much, so when they push site, they don't really have much to do with. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, because the point of the series is, you know, I'm not trying to frag out. I'm not trying to make plays. I'm trying to show like how you guys can impact your games better. So one thing I like to do, actually I'm going to move this goon line because I need it. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself up probably over here, and I'm going to set goon lines for myself. So I have little alarms. That's why I like playing Legion when I roam. And I think someone's going to be rushing up my staircase here. So I'm just going to play a bit patiently here. And see if I can get a nice little trigger discipline play. Doesn't seem like they're droning, so... Okay, I think that other guy left. So we're going to set a goon mine here as a little alarm. We're also going to set one there just as a back up. And then honestly, it's a top floor site, so we don't need to roam too heavy, so I'm just going to fall back onto site here. Is that guy in already? He is in. Okay. Right there, I peeked too aggressively. I realized it as I was peeking. Honestly, just like a mistake on my part. But my teammates are picking up the kills anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I definitely didn't need to peek that. We had man advantage. We had a good position on site. Just bad decision making on my part. You can just chalk that up to that. Get on cams for our teammates. I think he's main side. He hit my goon. See, like I said, that's why I have that goo mine over there. It's an alarm clock. There's another that's definitely over there. I don't know what Jaeger's like peeking. Connector. By the half wall. And we won the round. So yeah, like right there, you know, I wasted time. I got a kill, but honestly, I didn't really do that great of a job as a roamer. Now, I had the goo mines, which were good for comms at the end there. So I can give myself some credit, but like I said, I definitely did too much. I should not have peeked that guy, and it was just unnecessary. And assuming the, you know, other team was better, if they capitalized on that, we could have lost the round from that. So just bad decision making there. You definitely want to make sure that You know, you're not swinging unnecessary things. There's a difference between confidence and aggression. So in confidence, you always want to be confident that you're going to hit your shot. But you don't want it to make you aggressive. And that's kind of what happened to me there. And honestly, the reason why I lost that gunfight, because it wasn't necessarily like an unwinnable fight or even like a bad peak. But you can definitely tell by like the way my mouse was positioned there that I was kind of losing confidence towards the end of that peak, because I was starting to think to myself, I shouldn't be
Secure the
peeking
area.
this.
Keep the bombs protected.
So once that thought went through my head, I was already dead, right? But at the end of the day, it's just a bad peak. But new round. So I'm gonna actually set up upstairs. I actually really like roaming on this site. And I'm gonna give myself like a little setup with my goon mines. So first, I'm gonna give myself an escape route. So I'm gonna make a rotate right here. I'm gonna put goon mine on this window in case they push behind me here, because I don't want someone to sneak up on this rotate. And then I'm gonna give myself a rotate right here. Should work. All right.
5 seconds left.
I'm gonna put a goon mine on. I'll just put it on the rotate, just so if somebody flanks up on me, I know. And then I usually like to put one on this window here, in the vending machine window. I always forget to place these down. I'll wait for that to go, and then I'll go play over there. But I can fall off this room pretty quickly because we already have a vigil up here, so it's not super necessary for me. And it seems like they're going for wall. But I'm gonna start opening up.
Bomb is located by op.
Oh damn. Reinforce half the wall. It's not ideal. I can't throw that. Seems like Animus. Okay. I hope Vigil watches those top holes so we can watch that site better. But I'm gonna get back to site here, because the last thing you want to do on a roam is bait.
Op 4 has placed the diffuser
Oh,
near a bomb.
and I baited.
Destroy it. Located. Disable it. One friendly remaining.
Do we stick it? I think we stick it here.
Friendly
Oh my god.
deploy the diffuser.
I heard them far away, and I was like, you know what, my diffuse actually isn't making that much noise, so I sticked it. Well, there you go. So there, I actually played that round pretty badly. And I've been roaming pretty badly in general this game so far, so I'm kind of just playing unnecessary positions and letting the enemy get unnecessary amounts of control. And I'm kind of doing that because I'm trying to explain to you guys how to roam, and it's not necessarily the most roam-friendly match I've been in. First of all, it's Nighthaven. It's a very, like, I don't know what the word would be, but you don't really need to roam that much on this map. Like, it's already very large sites that are like most of a floor, so roaming isn't always necessary, and they push very directly there, so I didn't really need to be playing up top. Now, there's a lot of times where you can, like, it's actually very good to play up top on that site, but just for that direct push, it didn't really do much. And I also should have just, like, if I was committing to that top push and I wanted to be more effective, I could have opened the hatch and, like, held upstairs better. But like I said, not really the best display of roaming right now.
Op 4
But
has located a bomb. Ready for assault.
but yeah, so what happened that round is I kind of just thought, like, okay, I know that they're pushing main wall. I know that I killed the guy on site. So I kind of just figured maybe I can, like, maybe I could just defuse. And I didn't hear, like, immediate running. So I know I could at least get a few ticks in before somebody was going to, like, catch on to what I was doing. So I kind of just stuck it, and it worked. Failings on the enemy team there. Obviously, just a lack of coordination. They obviously, weren't,
Bomb located by Op 4.
synced up with what the others were doing. But that happens sometimes. But that's why you got to learn to capitalize off those mistakes. Alright, so another roam. We're going to play up here. Do the same thing. Oh, Jesus. And we're going to get flash and team kill our teammate. Oh my god, there's 3 of us there. Well, you hate to see it, I guess. My bad, I was completely blind. Well, my goo mine did not come in time. Always got to make sure as well, if you accidentally shoot a teammate, sometimes people will take it personally. So you just got to take accountability and be like, you know what, my bad. It goes a long way for just like, you know, team morale in general. Because that's the thing. If you... There's a drone top XSS. I don't know if they're pushing it. It goes a long way for team morale, and if you don't have team morale, then it's gonna make people try less. So whenever you have a teammate who's just like, you know, complaining constantly, you know, getting mad at teammates, whatever, you're just gonna make your team try less. So it's completely unnecessary. Because what's gonna happen if you yell at your teammates? Like, are they gonna just suddenly improve because you like told them what they did was wrong? Most of the time, people are petty enough that they're just gonna throw because of that. So you always just got to keep like a good attitude. You always got to take accountability for mistakes. Obviously to an extent. Like obviously don't let people just trash talk you all game, whatever. But you know, in simple situations like that, it's best to just remain. But that was just one of those rounds where, I mean, I don't really have much to say about how I died. I just got rushed by a blitz and then I accidentally team killed. So what can you do? Alright, so I think I was talking about this the other game, but definitely one thing I like to do as an attacker is just open up as many angles as possible. Oh, that kind of scared me. On the defenders. So first of all, I'm going to open garage up. And then I'm going to open up a little wall there. Be careful though, because sometimes people like to swing this. Well, that also happens sometimes. I thought it was fast enough, but I guess not. On to the next round, I suppose. I don't really have much to say about that. Alright, so it seems like we don't have a hard breach. So I'm going to get on Mav, because I don't really want to play Habana. And they're banning all our hard breaches. And they're probably going to play a Cade below anyways. So a lot of people like to do this on this map. Just ban all hard breaches possible. It would be nice if we get an OSA, but I don't really want to coordinate with an OSA right now, so I'm just going to stick with the Mav, and hopefully the Buck comes with me so we can get the wall open. And Ram can go Vert, so we can get Vert over the site. Hopefully the Ram and the Dokubi are successful in that, and also the Deimos. Like, this is a pretty good team comp right here, right? So you have the Buck and the Mav to get the wall, and then you have clear for up top. So we can get top control. They can get all back, like, you know, in the room across from this room. And then we can start pushing into site pretty easily and get a plant down with, like, full vert control. Okay. And if that's what our team's doing, then that's actually a pretty good push. But, you know, I guess we'll just have to see. I guess I'll just do it normally. I don't really know, like, what I want to do for this. It's, like, really annoying with the C4. I'm gonna make a hole. Do you want to try and kill this bandit? Okay, now we can get it. What is missing? I have no clue what's missing, and I'm gonna get shot in the feet here. Okay, good enough. Now where's Buck? Buck is dead. Okay. This is the most, like, scuffed wall push I've seen in a while. But you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Doesn't seem like anyone's hard contesting it, so this might actually make it a bit easier. I'm gonna plant. Could we get some, like, util? Ah. You know what's crazy? I didn't even hear that, like, in the air. Either way, though, exactly like I said. Pretty much a perfect push and good teamwork from my team. And like I was talking about, like, you know, coordinating operator synergy and lineups. Okay, Dokkaebi, you can turn the music off now. Really distracting. Thanks a lot, Dokkaebi. But yeah, as I was saying, oh, we hit plat. As I was saying though, you know, we have 3 people go upstairs, or I guess the Dokkaebi stayed down, but she can call from below, so it's all right. But we have the Ram and we have the Deimos go above. They take vert. We work the wall. We enter. Scuffed wall opening, but we got in. We got a frag, and we took sight, and we got the plant. Well, we almost got the plant down, and we won the round. Pretty much like you know, exactly what you want from a push. But yeah, not much action this episode, but hopefully there's some advice you guys could pull from that. But yeah, again, let me know in the comments what you guys want me to cover in the next video, and I will try and focus on that. Definitely want to do a bit more on the roaming side, because we didn't really get that great of roaming games today. But yeah. Alright, goodbye.